Hello and welcome to today's video. And today I'm really curious. I'm so inspired by all these sessions and classes I've did today, and I wonder which direction to go that's actually contribution for you. So just now we were reading the How to Become Money workbook, and there's one passage where it is spoken about failure and being a failure. And I think this failing thing is a topic that might be in your world too. So have you been forced yourself, or have you forced yourself to not fail, to always accomplish the right good things? And is that something you chose for you, or did you maybe have parents that have been very strict with particular outcomes? So in my family, and I just remember few weeks ago, I was meeting with my younger brother, and we had a time we were really super close, but then as life goes on, sometimes you create situations where we have not been so close. And whatever, we spoke about our dad, and he just passed away, and there was really that remembering of how hard he was on us with what he forced us into. There were several situations where we have been forced to deliver perfect product, but no one ever showed you how to do stuff, I remember we were with a tractor in a gigantic hay wagon, but we did not know, it was so particular, it was just so close to get into that portal there. And the rain was about to come, and oh my God, he's gonna kill us. He will beat us to death when we don't, when the rain comes to that hay, so close in front of the, and we were in panic, or I was. And then what did I do? Please, someone help. And then the neighbor came and helped us and did it. So there was no stress. But I remember that level of really being pushed to always perform perfect. There was no way of failing. Failure was, I guess, the worst thing you could choose. I mean, now looking back with all the personal development and getting all these awarenesses, now I can acknowledge, oh my God, I mean, that hardness, that absolute forbiddenness of failing, this was so my parents, especially my dad. I mean, how much of a failure he felt himself his whole life. And I guess he was about to prevent us from failing and just pushed us so hard. But if you're pushing yourself so hard, just allow yourself to know, if you push yourself and you stress, and that there's a difference pushing you really to accomplish greater and pushing you from that fear of failing, of oh my God, I have to be perfect, I have to perform perfect. So for whom are you pushing you? Are you pushing? And that's the thing, if you have parents like this, then oftentimes you become your inner father that pushes you to not fail. But there's a difference of pushing yourself to, hey, what else can I accomplish? I won't know what else. There's a difference if that's from that generative energy and from that relaxation, and where you really serve that wave of okay, what else can I deal with? Woohoo! You see, there's a joy with it. There's a accomplishment. There's a play with it. Or if you have that push from, I'm not allowed to fail. I need to control everything. I need to really, there's a very, very different, I hope you can get the energy, the difference of it. So, and failure, I mean, can you really fail? I mean, choice creates awareness. Whatever you choose, you accomplish it, or you get an awareness. I'm just looking to the hay again, wow, this is so intriguing me. This is so wrong. This is still a wrongness in my world, where I was wow, what if it's not wrong? And there was a way, an awareness of, okay, it would suck if all this hay get just rained on. And there was a way that could show up me really pulling in a different reality. And that's the thing. We all have a capacity to change tracks. Just like, no, this is not going to happen. We don't know how to do this. It's just, wow, now as I speak about it, this is so cool to do these videos. I thought it was because we were in fear of my dad's anger, but actually there was an awareness, this, hey, no way, this gonna rain on, what else is possible? And I pulled the neighbor in, or my brother, I guess we both did, like used all our magic capacities to change tracks, to have that wagon in the house. I'm not sure what the English word called for this. So if you are in that mode of fear of failure, what if you allow yourself to fail? I once had was in a class and we have been invited from the facilitator. He said, like, you get a home play within the next year, please. The home play is 10,000 times. And then he said, like, you guys will not do it 1,000 times. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fail. Fail. If you allow yourself to fail, like, really, okay, otherwise you're always in that lukewarm water. Sometimes if you allow yourself to fail, okay, it's down, that was bad, but then you also can discover the brilliance. If you always avoid failure to sink down with stuff, you never will accomplish that high. If you always control to have it in the middle, I'm not failing. I know I use all my energy to not fail, but you also cut off the upper curve, so to speak. So the next thing is like the willingness to fail doesn't mean you will fail, okay? The willingness to fail, the willingness to be a failure, that also includes if you're a person that loves to change, that loves, and that's the part of the book, yeah? So if you are older, you just know what works and what doesn't work, and you might skip things or might like quit things way faster than others. If you know something is not working, you quit it. But then you are called as a quitter, as a failure. And you might say that to yourself instead of just acknowledging, wait, it didn't work. So is it failing? And I mean, oftentimes it's not even your point of view. You're aware how others have that projection of the right thing to do is to always stay with the same things. Is that fun for you? For example, I remember being 16 or 18 out of school, I just knew I will not study. But I also knew there is no way there is a job I will do for the next 40, 50 years. That I knew with 16. I knew, no. I did not know why I knew it. I just knew, I don't know what to learn, what job I should learn, because what is the job I will do for 40 years? I just know that's not happening. I mean, I did not have the awareness. I did have the awareness, actually. The thing is, if you're choosing and choosing and choosing, that's not wrong. But this world sees it as wrong if you choose and change all the time different. So it's not failing. And the willingness to be seen as a failure allows you to choose what you desire to choose. Others might see that as a failure, that you quit your job after 6 months again and again and again. But if you allow yourself to know, but wait, am I failing? Or have I received after 6 months everything that this job had to offer for me? Like, how fast are you in just sucking it in, change everything, go, my job is done, next. That's not wrong. Like, if you're that super creative person, acknowledge that you are easily and fast bored. There is time, like that is a good thing to move on, to just ask, okay, now what? And yes, people might judge it. As long as you know what's true for you, what's the deal? And that's a question you could ask yourself. What's true for me here? Am I a failure? No. Am I different? Yeah. Am I way faster than most of the others I know? Yeah. Is nobody willing to acknowledge that or even be able or capable to see that? So that's the moment where you have to acknowledge, okay, your difference, your capacities, your speed, you might be the only one able to acknowledge that. Don't wait on others to give you that. Acknowledge it for yourself. And then how much fun can I have with no one getting me here? So no one outside, like you will get you. Like, what can I receive from me? What can I acknowledge about me? I know, another video all over the place. I hope it contributes anyways. And yeah, what if failure is not a thing that is like, that stucks you? You could also even ask, and that's a sentence from a clearing from excess consciousness. What generative energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to be the greatest failure with total ease for all eternity? And everything that is and everything that brings up, destroy and uncreate all, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, orange, shots, boys, boba, eons. It might seem this question makes you puke, wanna go like, no. Yes, that's good, because you bring up the energy and then you clear it, you let it go. Means you clear it so much until you know, okay, failure, good. They call me a failure, awesome. Where it just doesn't land, there's that red button, it's just gone. So, and as I said, others might call you a failure when you're about to actualize magic. They can just not see and perceive what's actually going on, what you're actually up to for creating. They might look at it 10 years later like, wow, how did you know about this brilliant thing? Yeah, you did just not listen to others. So have fun with this one and let me know, like, is this a contribution to you? Leave a comment here, share with your friends, like this video, and yeah, and if you have any questions or anything you would like me to talk about, let me know. Bye.